how much data are we talking about here? How much data do we use? Well, so I want to give you a rough kind of guide when we're talking about data. Most of you are aware of some of these terms. Now, a kilobyte, so you're looking at, a kilobyte is a pretty small unit of data. Looking at 30 kilobytes is an A4 document, yeah, text on an A4 document. Then we go move up to a megabyte. So every time you move up one, it's a factor of 1,000. So you're having, for example, 5 megabytes is approximately the size of about one song. Between 1 to 5 gigabytes, depending on the file type, is going to be a movie. Now, a terabyte is the size of a hard drive now in most laptops and desktop computers is a terabyte. You can store about 6 million books worth of data on a terabyte. Next, you move up to a petabyte. And that information, you can store 55 stories. It's a skyscraper worth of DVD information on a petabyte of data. Okay, now, as we move up, we have terms like exabytes and zettabytes. Now, interesting here, just before I get too technical, I just want to draw your attention to the 1.8 ZB. So all the data that's ever been created on Earth up to 2011 was 1.8 zettabytes. Okay, it's an awful lot amount of data. However, internet traffic in 2020 was 2,444 exabytes, which is 2.4 zettabytes, greater than all the data that's ever been created up until just 10 years previously. And this is not data that is being created in general. This is just data flowing across the internet. Okay, so we're talking about an enormous amount of data here, guys. Now, as I mentioned before, when we talked about how polluting the internet was, well, it's estimated by 2030, the demand for data, the data transfer across the internet is going to go up by a factor of 40 than what it is today. So you can see here what we're talking about at Shrinker is to use the internet more efficiently. How can we make data more efficient? How can we create our videos and websites to make sure they are not as polluting, they require less energy? Now, the reason for this data transfer is video consumption. Of course, we all know, and marketers know especially, that a moving image is over 90% more likely to garner interest from the viewer than a still image. So, of course, there's more and more video. Mobile internet, as we mentioned, 80% of new users are on mobile, and that is basically designed for data, right? It's designed for gaming, it's designed for video viewing. We all obviously social media, things like that, and consumer expectations. Now, that just means that technology is only going one way. You're not going to go from an 8K television and the next thing that Samsung produces is a 2K television. No, it's only going to get better. So as you can see here, the demand for data will increase, and if we're not careful, the electricity will skyrocket as well.